evening. And thank you all for joining us here this evening. Just feeling the energy in the room with seeing our ninth graders, our new students join us, our families join us, and we have a lot of our high school faculty and staff members that joined us here this evening. It is such an exciting time of year for all of us. My name is Natasha Durda. I am the principal here at the high school, and we are thrilled to welcome all of you to a new and exciting 24-25 school year. This evening, we will be sharing important information that really helps to welcome you to our school community. Before we get started, I'm really not a huge fan of the microphone, but there's so many people that I have to.
Can you guys hear me in the back if I don't use a microphone? Okay? If at any time you cannot hear me in the back, please just give me a signal, but the mic is just not, thank you. Everything that we do at South Fayette Township High School is to ensure that every single one of our students has the best possible experience while they're here and they're with us. Ninth graders that are joining us here this evening, please raise your hand so I can see where our ninth graders are. Wow. Nice. You're going to hear me and Mr. Salapak and your teachers, counselors, staff members say frequently, this is one of the first times that you have been in our high school theater as incoming ninth graders, starting to embark upon your journey as a high schooler, which is such an exciting time, but we also know that while it's a super exciting time, there's a lot of questions and a lot of unknowns of what you're about to face. You have an unbelievable group of teachers and staff members that are dedicated in making sure that you are safe, that you are supported, and that you are challenged to continue to grow into the best versions of yourselves. You have not yet started your high school career. You're about 6 days from it. I am encouraging you. South Fayette is an unbelievable community and an unbelievable school district, where you are going to have endless opportunities to get involved, to get engaged, to find your passions, your interests, and to figure out who you are and who you want to be. I also promise you, I have worked with many high school students. You are going to blink, and you're going to be sitting in the same theater getting ready to start your senior and final year at South Fayette. The challenge is embrace the time and the opportunities that you have in front of you. You're going to have a team of people here at the high school that are here to support you. You have your families and loved ones at home that are here to help and support you as well. And we are absolutely thrilled for you to join our high school community. So like I shared, this evening, we're going to spend about 30 minutes going over some important information. But there are really two things that we want our students and our families to remember and to know. Two things. First, the expectations that we have for our high school students are high. We take a lot of pride at our high school to be respectful, to be kind, to be the best versions of yourself, and to help those around you. We also, I shared the team of staff and your families at home are going to be with you every step of the way. No matter what comes your way, you're going to have a team of people to help you. If you walk out knowing you're going to be loved and cared for, and we're gonna have high expectations so that you can continue to grow into the best versions of yourself. I promise you, we're gonna have an unbelievable year at South Fayette. Fired up, excited for you to be here. I asked about ninth graders. Any new students new to the high school but that are entering grades 10, 11, or 12? Please raise your hands. Yes. God, love it, love it, love it. Welcome. Welcome to South Fayette. Thrilled for you guys to be here. So again, we're going to talk about some important information. We're going to talk about our identity and focus here at the high school, resources, supports, clubs, and activities. This slide deck and the presentation, the video of the presentation, will be shared out with all high school students and all high school families. So please note all of the information, the links, what we're covering this evening will be emailed out to all students, all high school students, and all high school families, either tomorrow or at some point this weekend. After we do our information sharing, we do have some amazing upperclassmen, Lion leaders that have joined us here this evening that will be taking our students through tours of the campus. So upperclassmen, thank you for giving up time over your summer to come to tour our new students around the building. At that time, we're going to ask families to stay in the theater with us. Mr. Salapak, our assistant principal, staff members, myself will be available for any questions. The tour will take about 20 minutes. We're thinking a little bit after 8. We'll bring the new students back to the theater, and then again, we'll be available for any questions that may come up. So to start, Dr. Durda, again, honored to be the principal here at South Fayette. Thank you for joining us this evening. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Salapak for an introduction.
Thank you, Dr. Durda. Good evening, everybody. My name is TJ Salopek, and I'm the proud assistant principal here at South Fayette High School. To all of our incoming ninth graders and to all of our new students, I'm really excited to share something with you. I am brand new to this high school as well. I have those same butterflies in my stomach. I'm looking forward to the opportunity of making a great impression on the people that I get to work with every day, the people that I get to serve every day, and our students, and also the school community. So I think there's a really special bond that right off the bat, you and I have together of being brand new to South Fayette High School. And I'd ask that you and I embrace that together, that if you ever need anything at all about being the new student in the building or the new student on campus, come and see me, because I could probably relate to that in a couple different ways. But it's an honor to be here. The community's been so warm and welcoming since I joined this past summer, and I am fired up to start the school year. To see this many families come here to support their children really tells me everything I need to know about South Fayette, that we're a family. And we're going to embrace that here at the high school. We're going to treat your children like our own. We're going to help them learn and grow. And we're going to be with them and have their back each step of the way throughout this journey. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to see so many people in the South Fayette community join us. Thank you.
Again, we do have a number of our teachers, faculty, staff members that have joined us here this evening. At this time, I'm just going to have them stand very quickly. This is the majority of our 9th grade teaching staff, our school counselors, social workers. They will be around the building. I would introduce, it's the whole 9th grade core team gave up their evenings this evening to be here for all of you. Students, while you're touring the building, please pop into some classrooms. They'll be either in here in the theater or in their classroom spaces around the building. Thank you for all. We just started, it was their first day back today. They said, Dr. Durda, why did you schedule orientation on the first day back? I said, that's a rookie mistake. I'll try it again next year, but thank you for being here. We greatly appreciate all that you do.
Some other team members that are part of our extension of our admin team. Mr. Joe Solhanic is our Dean of Students, Social Studies Department Chair, and Social Studies teacher here at the high school. Officer Hernandez is our School Resource Officer. We always like to highlight and emphasize she is a resource to our students, to our families, and to our staff. She works closely day in and day out with our faculty and staff in making sure that safety and security is at the highest level and our priority in all that we do. Our amazing school counseling team, Mr. David Hausman, works with students with the last name A to G. Mrs. Angie Luzzo, students with the last name H to O. And Mrs. Julie Martin, students with the last name P to Z. Again, can't emphasize enough, they are an unbelievable resource, wealth of knowledge. Get to know them early and often within your high school experience here at South Ad. Mrs. Emily Sharrow is our college and career counselor. I'm here to talk about post-secondary plans. While we have a lot of ninth graders, I know families, you don't probably want to hear this, but it goes by very quick. So any questions that you have, in the email that goes out with the slide deck in this presentation, we'll also have our support team name, title, and email addresses in the event that you have any questions as we move forward. Mr. Tanner Jones is our social worker here at the high school, and Mrs. Trina Howes is our school nurse. Mrs. Howes is in the health office this evening. So if you have any questions about medications or anything health related, she is in the health office and we can explain where that is if you want to stop by and see her. We started the presentation with sharing. There's going to be information that we talk about with all of you. But who we are and what we believe in as a high school and as a community are these three things. We have high expectations for our students, for one another, and for our staff. Our expectation is that there's deep love and care for every single student, every single staff member, every single day. On our best day, on our maybe day that we might struggle a little bit, and every day in between. We also are going to expect for us to pursue excellence in all that we do. That does not mean straight A's, WPIAL championships, or 5s on AP exams. Sure, great, that's a wonderful goal to have. What we talk about when we talk about pursuit of excellence is that you bring the best version of yourself every day. And your goal is to be better today than you were yesterday, and to be better tomorrow than you were today. My job as your principal is literally to push you and challenge you appropriately, safely, and in a timely manner so that you can continue to grow every single day. That's what I expect our staff to do, that's what I expect Mr. Salopek to do, and that's what I expect here as a high school community. We're going to be right by your side every step of the way. And lastly, probably should have done it first, a respectful and engaging school culture. Take advantage of the opportunities, treat yourselves with respect, treat one another with respect, and I promise you, when we look at each other in June, on the last day of school, we do these three things every single day. We're going to look back on the year and what we've built and created together, and we are going to be so very proud of all that you've accomplished. Cannot wait. With respect to just culture, you want to jump in next? Sure. Give me a microphone in the audience. They're timing me.
All right, so when we think about our identity and focus, deep love and care, relentless pursuit of excellence, and an engaging and respectful school culture, what does that look like? What does that sound like? What does that feel like? We'll go into it a little bit more detail, all right? When we think about our high school, when we say we want to be respectful, that's to ourselves. That's where it starts. You represent yourselves. You walk around this building as if your last name's on your back, and that means something to you. That means something to your parents and guardians and loved ones. Be respectful of ourselves. That's where it starts. Be respectful of each other. Everybody wants to come into this building and have a good day. Everybody wants that, okay? So if we all want that, we're all here for the same thing. We're all here for the same purpose, the same goal of being better, of growing, okay, of maturing over time and having a good day, being respectful of each other is going to help us get there, okay? When we think about our teenagers and the relationships that we have, our friend groups, our peer groups, our relationships with teachers, our mentor teachers that we look up to, a respectful environment is going to allow us to soar as a high school. Each and every one of you matters to us. Each and every student matters at South Fayette High School. So if there's something going on in your life, in your day, in your experience, where it's not clicking, it's not feeling great, there's something that's off, I'm going to ask that you work with us. You let us know if you need something. You rely on this amazing team of educators and teachers and staff members to help support you, okay? But please know, you matter, and we want to know how you're doing, how you're feeling, and if there's anything we can do to make it a better experience for you. Be accountable. We do step it up at the high school. This is where we take responsibility for our actions at all times. We're responsible for our words. We're responsible for our actions. We have to own them. And there's a lot of learning and growing that comes with that. We embrace that journey. We embrace that learning experience. And there's a lot of maturity that comes with it as well. Okay? But being accountable is what high school's all about. It's where we learn to become young adults ready to be productive in a society around us. Be inclusive. Look at this. This is special. This is awesome. This is what it's supposed to be. Be inclusive. Welcome those around you. We don't want to exclude anyone at South Fayette. We want everybody to feel a part of. Okay? There's going to be amazing opportunities for you to join in. Clubs, organizations, groups, activities. We want to pull people in to the special part of South Fayette. So when you see somebody in the cafeteria on the first day that might not have a seat, pull them in. Have them sit with you that day. If you see somebody walking through the hall with their head down and not feeling so good, maybe ask how their day's going. Go in that little extra step, that extra mile to help somebody out, to make them feel a part of, can really change the trajectory, not only of someone's day, but whatever experiences they might be having. Last but not least, we are South Fayette. We want to embrace who we are. We want to show that. We wear green here. I've loved learning this passion for green within the community. It's special, okay? So feel good about putting on your South Fayette colors like so many of you have here today. Feel good about the school that you have the opportunity to attend. And feel good about the people around you that love you and want to celebrate you and make this an amazing experience at this high school. On the first week of school, there's going to be so much stuff going on. It's going to feel beyond overwhelming at times, okay? This is a challenge to you. Yeah, we have to manage all of that information and all of that stuff as high school students. But at the end of the day, I ask that we all take a deep breath and think about a couple things. Have fun. I had this group of guys come in the front here. They were laughing, giggling, carrying on. They were having fun. They're excited to be here. That's what high school should be all about. Hanging out with your buddies, hanging out with your friends, going to see your teachers, and having a good experience. Have fun that first week of school. There's nothing like it. Find your friends. Find your old friends that you've had since kindergarten. And I challenge you, make some new friends as well. All right? Make some new friends in your new classes. We all have the opportunity to do it. Let's take advantage of it. Ask questions if you have them. I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier. If something's not sitting right with you, you need to let us know. You need to find an adult in the building that you can talk to. We want to know if something's not going well for you. Or if you have a question, we want to get it answered. As a new principal team, we're asking the same thing of all of our teachers. If there's something that's not working for teachers or they need help with something or a question, we would rather know than not know and find out down the road when things could have maybe been resolved a little bit sooner. Ask questions. Think about what you want to get involved in. We have a slide coming up here in a little bit where there's a link to all of the clubs and activities within the high school. Yes, in the music department, in the art department, and obviously within athletics as well, but there's so much more than that. The opportunities are endless. If you need anything beyond what's going on in your classroom with your teachers, you can always stop by the main office. Dr. Durda and I will be there throughout the day, but you'll also see us buzzing around the building. All right, we like to pop into classrooms. We like to spend time in the cafeteria. You'll see us before school, at dismissal, all right, and cruise in the hallways as well. All right, stop and talk with us. Let us know how it's going. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to make it even better for you as we kick off this amazing school year. For all of our students, a couple procedural things here. And like I said, I haven't even seen this yet for the first time, so I'm looking forward to this as well. But as we get started to kick off the year, you should arrive at the high school no later than 7:15. 7:15 is going to give you enough time if you're getting dropped off or getting off the buses, all right, that you can get into the building and into your first period class on time. First period starts for all of us at 7:20. Okay, so if you're getting here and you're pushing the limits, you're going to be cutting it close, and we have to keep accurate attendance. So I want to give everybody a heads up in advance. Try to get here early, especially the first week of school. Traffic's going to be new for a lot of us, the traffic patterns. Give yourself a little bit of extra time, okay? But remember, accountability, we need you in that first period class on time. Our main entrance and fine arts entrances are going to be where our student drivers are coming in, and then where our parent drop-off will take place in the front of the building. All of the buses drop off in the back of the high school and enter in the back area that way. So just think about what route you're going to be taking, how you're getting to the high school. By chance, things come up, life happens, it happens to us, as well. If you're late, not a problem. Just come into the main entrance, and you can go right to the attendance office in the student center, give the note or slip, a handwritten note, and you can turn that in or shoot an email to attendance, and they'll be able to get that marked accordingly as an excused tardy to school.
The way that you guys showed up this evening for our orientation was a great first impression. You were on time, you were ready to get started. Same thing that we expect with the school day as well, but fantastic start. Cell phone use during the school day. As a high school principal, the amount of time that we work with young adults on not making good decisions using cell phones is all the time. At the high school, we expect for us to engage in a safe and focused learning environment. There are times during your day that are not during educational times where, yes, you'll be able to access and use your cell phones. Also with safety and security, something that we do not part of our school culture at the high school. When you're transitioning between your classes, we have 3 minutes. It's a quick time to get to your next class. We always stress being aware of our surroundings. So you should not be walking through the hallways. You should not have your AirPods, headphones. You need to be able to hear if I need to share a message or if a PA announcement needs to come on to share pertinent information. Safety and security, number 1. We're here to get an unbelievable education. There will be times that are not, they're the unstructured during before school, study halls or lunches, or if it's needed for educational purposes. But other than that, cell phones are not to be used while you're in the high school. So the bell schedule, a little bit different from the middle school, or if you're transitioning from a different school. We do run a 10-period day. Our lunch periods are either period 4, period 6, or period 8. They're 30-minute lunch periods. On your schedule, you will be able to see whatever your 30-minute lunch period is. We're going to go over a quick example of how you read your schedule. And also, if you have any questions about your specific schedule, we can absolutely answer them before you leave this evening. For the left-hand side is showing what period of day the particular class is. The second column where it says term is showing us if it's either a full year class or a semester class. Excuse me, if you see 24-25, you would know that that's a full year class. If you see semester 1 or semester 2, that's going to be one of our semester classes. The course name will be listed, the teacher will be listed, and the room number will be listed. Our high school has 2 floors. If the number after the letters is a 1, that means it's on the first floor, the bottom floor of the high school. We are actually, when you enter through the front of the building or through the theater entrance, this is actually the 2nd floor. So any classroom on this floor would be indicated by a 2 after the letters. The AB hallway is the theater side, this side of the building. And again, while you tour with the upperclassmen, they will share all of this with you. I promise it's going to take 2 to 3 days, and your schedule is going to just be second nature to you. The AC hallway, it's connecting through the middle of the building. It connects the AB, which is this theater hallway, and the AA, which is the gym side or the athletic side of the building. Again, any questions on your schedules, please let us know. It will take 2 or 3 days, and then I promise you, you'll get used to what the schedule is. We emphasize the importance of getting involved and getting engaged. We have literally like hundreds of clubs, opportunities, extracurriculars, academic clubs, through the arts, through the athletics. This link is up to date with schedules of the clubs and organizations that we have at the high school. It is a live working document. So if there are new clubs that are added, that link will take you straight to it. We will be hosting and holding an activity fair at the beginning of the school year during our lunch periods to highlight and showcase the opportunities that we have. And one of my favorite things is if we don't have something that speaks to you, we have a process that you can create a club and an organization that you're passionate about and that you're interested in. We'll share all of that during grade level assemblies too.
To all of our families, real quick, especially if you're new to the district, please know we highly, highly, highly encourage all of our students to find at least one activity, club, sport, music program, art program, at least one thing to be a part of outside of their academic experience, to be connected to the school community. You'll hear things like connectedness, student engagement. This is what we're talking about. Okay, so as you guys leave here today, go home and have conversations about what your students might be interested in, please check this out. You have our full support. If you have questions about any of this, give us a call. We'd be happy to talk through any of it. And our goal would be to have every single student connected to at least one club, activity, extracurricular, you name it. Can't emphasize this enough. Here at South Fayette School District, we've adopted PBIS, which is a system, which is a process of teaching and supporting young students what positive behavior looks like. And with PBIS, what's interesting and what's important to note, it's different at the elementary and younger grades than it is at the high school. Here at the high school, we want to treat our high school students like young adults, like they want to be treated. We want to reward them with that respectful type of, supportive relationship. If you think about some of the things that you've seen so far, some of the things that we've highlighted and emphasized with our identity and focus, it's all woven together. It really is. It's woven together of what we're looking for, of being kind, of being safe, and being responsible. So I am sure coming from some of the middle school and even in our elementary buildings, you've heard this before. It is going to be a part of our school culture here at the high school, and there will be more information rolled out to our students, rolled out to our staff, and also rolled out to our families. But you can expect to see this coming here as we continue to grow and develop into the fall.
Some upcoming events that we have. Again, we're encouraging you guys to get involved. For any students that attend Parkway West CTC, first day will be next Tuesday, August 20th. Our first day here at the high school is next Wednesday, the 21st. Thursday, Friday, we will host grade level assemblies, starting with our senior class and then working our way through to our freshman class, just sharing important information, logistics, the way that we operate as a high school community. Our cheer performance, dance team performance, August 23rd, which is Friday night, 2 weeks away, a week from tomorrow. Labor Day, no school, and then Picture Day, open house, and we shared about the many clubs, organizations, and activities that we have at the high school. A few more minutes, and then we're going to be going to...
Then we had a pandemic, and we feel this longing deep in our bones for the noise. The sound of an excited child, the laughing at jokes that you can't hear when they're muted on Zoom, kids gasping in wonder when an experiment works, the instant increase in volume in a hallway when the bell rings, class discussions, laughter, the lunchroom, walking by another classroom and hearing so much noise coming from the cracks in the door that you can't stop smiling because that teacher might have some engaged students. This year has been quieter, and maybe we thought we'd like the quiet. Maybe the noise drove us a little crazy sometimes, but there's something about an empty classroom that doesn't feel right, or the sound of muffled voices behind masks that doesn't seem to have the same effect. In this past year, we've done what was necessary, and some magic still happened, but this time has taken its toll. Perhaps you miss the noise. Because the noise often means that kids are loving learning. They feel comfortable enough to let down their guards and express their emotions. The noise can work as an affirmation that as a teacher, you are doing something right. There's something about your class that your students love, and they love it enough to make some noise. A quiet classroom is a good classroom? Maybe sometimes. Sometimes we need quiet. You need quiet. Your students need quiet. But I've also learned that there is nothing wrong with a little controlled chaos. Laughing out loud, heated discussions, student collaboration, building relationships. The sound of joy, frustration, energy, performance, wonder, curiosity, hands raised and calling to be called on noise. And so as we begin to emerge from this pandemic, which along with so many other challenges has carried with it a lot of silence, let's not forget the things that we miss most. And perhaps one of those for you is the sound of learning, the sound of an engaged classroom, of a class debate, or a spoken word poetry slam, or loud group work, or desks scraping across the floor, or the music you love to play before class, or that one kid who loves to make the rest of the class laugh, of Friday nights under the lights, or the sound of pencils scrawling across paper, or that feeling at the end of the day when it's finally quiet, that earned silence. Let's not forget the noise, and let's embrace it as it returns.
Okay, while we know that we're out of the pandemic, this summer is a quiet time for schools. Times when the staff that works over the summer looks at each other and says, the quiet is starting to get to us. We're ready and excited for the noise to be back in our building, which is all of you returning, and we cannot wait to welcome you officially to South Fayette High School. Before we break into groups for tours, we wanted to share one last thing with our students.
Guys, as Dr. Durda and I were preparing for today, the excitement that we had to put some things together for each of you, to welcome you to the high school, there's nothing like it, okay? We have the honor and privilege of working in positions that are our dream positions, that we get to go to work every day for our students and to the families here, for your children. And we wanted to put together a message that we thought really just speaks to our kids, our students, and that we love what we do. To our students, you all have the opportunity to make a great first impression with your peers and with your teachers. First impressions matter, okay? First impressions matter. Take the time to be thoughtful with how you plan to kick off the 24-25 school year. As you go home tonight, talk with your families, talk with your friends, tell them about how today went, and you start thinking about that first day. What are your teachers going to say when you walk out of the classroom? Wow, what an amazing class. Think about your first impression and what it's going to be. As I said earlier, each one of you matters deeply to all of us. You all can make a difference in our lives. The opportunities in front of you are endless. You all can make a difference. We are so lucky to have you come to South Fayette High School. It's an honor and privilege to be a part of your team. And our challenge is, let's make a difference together. I wish you all the very, very, very best as we start this school year. Please know that Dr. Durda and I are your biggest fans, and we will have your back each step of the way.